easy go.
Right guys, this is going to be our Hunter solo for the Prestige Nightfall this week, which is Zol, as most of us will know. So, I'll show you what we're using and stuff. So we've went for a alternative sort of setup. The usual setup, or probably the best setup for this, would be a Nightstalker with office rigs. Mainly because there's so many different encounters within it where you're getting your tether back right away, as long as you're pretty good with your tethers and stuff. But I wanted to do an entirely different run that I haven't seen, try and make up my own strategy. So we're going to do a Gunslinger run. We're going to use Trip Mine Grenade, which does a lot of damage. They are really good. Best grenade for the Hunter. They require more skill than the Swarm Nade. The Swarm Nade's okay, but the Trip Mine's an actual better nade than that. I guess they both have their utility, and the Swarm Nade is okay, but I do love a Trip Mine. Marksman's Dodge for our automatic reload, and Bottom Tree, mainly just before the where is it? The critical. So you get precision damage with your golden gun, basically. So we'll be tying that with Celestial Nighthawk, which is a no-brainer, of course. Masterwork armor, which doesn't really matter for this. It is handy, however. Masterworks for weapons, super handy. So I would usually do, you know, Manan and Devil's loadout, but I recently masterworked Sunshot, which is stupid good. It gives increased stability and range. I mean, look at that range. Feels really good. Yeah, super excited to use it. Of course, Devil, so we're going double hand cannon. You don't really need a scout rifle like you think you do, because of how we'll be setting up. And of course, we're going to use rockets, which is the best heavy for this Nightfall, I think. Better than a linear, better than a sniper. Shotguns are great, just until you get to the boss, they're not so good. I reckon Wallcliff Coil will be a good one for this Nightfall. I may do one with Wallcliff Coil, because you could damage the boss with Coil. The boss is... we'll have to see about that, but as for this run, this is what our loadout is. The Nightfall card is going to be 0 power handicap, Solar Singe, Heavyweight, Momentum, and Extinguish. So on the Hunter, pretty decent run. I was quite happy with it. Like I said, Nightstalker is probably the best subclass to do. However, I'm going to show you here, Gunslinger is pretty good as well for it. Of course, you can do any subclass because there's no timer. There's no time limit. You can be here an hour. It doesn't matter. But I'm just here to show you, you know, quick strats. So with this first section, like I say, you can just skip all of that. Make sure you can sparrow right through, just a bit of RNG whether you get through or not. So I just like to jump off halfway through. This first room, we're going to skip the majority of everything, which I've seen on other people's runs. Which makes sense, to be honest. You know, you got momentum. We've got momentum on, so kind of unkillable. This particular rotation, I got an ogre rather than a shrieker, which, to be honest, it is a bit better, yeah, because you can one-shot the ogre, whereas the shrieker, Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't with a rocket. I like to come back here. See, I was pretty lucky there. To be honest, I didn't play that as good as I could have done. So that looks like it's really risky when it's not, just because my placement wasn't the best. But Sunshot takes down the machine really quick. Whereas I noticed with a Manana and it took a lot longer, so Sunshot's a couple of shots and it's down. Sunshot excels in this room as there's a lot of enemies grouped up, as you would imagine. Really good. It feels different once you masterwork this weapon. It feels, the hit reg on it feels different. It has better stability, more range. It just feels like it's more consistent than what it was. It was already a good weapon. It's now a great weapon. It's one of the best weapons in the game, actually. You know, the answer to Fatebringer. I know it's not quite, but okay, so once you've spammed the ghost, we're gonna get a load of curse thrall and regular thrall and 3 or 4 acolytes. They'll spawn to your left and middle. I like to place a trip mine so I can concentrate on the ads behind me. Be careful while you're doing that. Don't stay in middle too long, because like you've seen there, a major knight spawned on top of me there. Now, this time, I nearly rocket myself. I was lucky. If a knight starts rushing you like that, just back up, let him go back to top. He doesn't usually rush you. Not the boomer knights anyway. Our main concern is the acolytes, because Solar Cinch is on. If you stay in cover for an extended period of time, they're going to do their solar bombs, which they do hit you hard. Now we've had the key target spawn in, so this room can either have a wizard or 2 Russian knights. This particular time I got the knights again. Okay, you could use golden gun to take them out. I just ended up using rockets because I knew I'd get a bunch back. Yeah, so definitely, if you get the witch, definitely use golden gun because it'll one-shot the wizard because he has a solar shield on. Once we've killed the key target, you'll then get the Valkyrie. Well, you've got a really powerful weapon. You know, you're not invincible. Like, say, I'm pretty weak. It does. And stay back. You're not going to kill all ads in Bomb Valkyrie, usually, depending on how many ads you killed in the first place. Plus, you keep getting Valkyries back, so once your first one runs out, you'll get another one. You're not required to kill all ads because the machine will open up, but I needed some heavy, so I chose to kill all mages and whatnot. Now we're just picking up all ammo. I purposely waited with that Valkyrie so I could get a fresh one. That way I can use it for the next room. The next room you could have been more aggressive than me, but it is a risk to try and get the spam your ghost and shoot the machine while all ads are hitting you. So I opted just to clear the room out. No big deal, takes no time at all. So on this rotation, just like on the first room, I'm going to get an ogre. You could get a shrieker here, but that would mean that you'll have had a shrieker in the first room if you have a shrieker here. I'm kind of waiting for the spawn. I'm saving a trip mine for this ogre. Just wanted to see what damage it would do. Once you have this spawn, this knight will rush you. You can come back to this door. He won't dodge any of your rockets as long as you stand in the door. He'll just literally just stand there. Try to aggro the ogre as well. Don't concentrate on other ads while you've got the ogre up. And you know, do for so long, but once the ogre confronts you, he's a key target, you need to take him out as soon as. Like I said, at this point you can literally just go and spam the ghost and get the machine, but I just killed all the ads. Because I want ammo drops and stuff. Okay, so this next room, on all the other classes it's been hard. Not super hard, but like the hardest of the rooms. On the Gunslinger it's just super easy, easiest class to do this on. Really good. So, talk you through it, how we do this room. With Sunshot you'll kill the 3 or 4 acolytes on the bridge. That'll then spawn in a knight, which you can rocket marksman dodge rocket. Pop your golden gun for the ogre, get a critical hit, that's it, you're done. Now the Valkyrie will spawn up, but I like to kind of go back into this room first before picking it up, because all the ads will hit you at once. Whether you've got momentum or not, if 2 or 3 knights hit you while acolytes are hitting you, you're gonna die. So back up into this room. We need to build super energy anyway. You could clear out the full room. I don't clear out this room in its entirety, but I do clear out some of it. If you go ahead and pick up the Valkyrie and hit the machine, all the ads will despawn. But I was wanting just to get some super energy off them. Now if you've seen there, the Valkyrie, I couldn't pick it up. Sometimes it's like that. If it does that, try and run past it and pick it up at the same time. That helps. Like I said, none of this is required, it's just I wanted more super energy. You can build your super on the next room as well. Just I wanted my super up quicker. This room you don't get unlimited Valkyries, you only get 2 this time round. Make sure you pick up all heavy, all special weapon, kinetic, everything. You get 1 Valkyrie in here and then there'll be 1 outside. Just be careful as well, don't let the Bermanite hit you too much while you're stationary. Remember, you won't regain health if you picked momentum. Do a supercharged shot for the last one and get more damage in. This is where you see Sunshot's range. I'm not the best with it, but you can see the range there. Rocket those knights once they put up their shield. Easy way to take them down. Same again there. Look, you can see I clearly picked it up, but it wouldn't pick up. I'm not sure why it's doing that. You are weakish. Back up into this room. This is your safety net. Back here. Okay, so we're 95% of our super, we're healthy on ammo, so I'm just going to run through, leave these ads. So we are going to try and, we can't one phase this boss, but we're going to try and get as much health off his bar as we can on the first phase. You can just do considerable damage and then beat him on the second, but I was trying to push it to see how much you can actually do on the Gunslinger. That's why I've done it really. Try to do Sunshot as he's coming out like that, put an extra bit of damage in. It can be a hard critical hit to get. You just need to know his animation and when he's going to open up. I've done a rocket there, the boss had opened up, I was a bit late on my golden gun, but he opens up again. Now I'm free to just rocket him, it's fine. Rocket his base, don't rocket his head. Reason being is his base does not move too much. You won't run the risk of missing. Do a trip mine as well. All my rockets hit. That's probably the best damage you can get out of it there. The only way of doing better is if your cluster bombs, your luck with the cluster bombs is maybe better, but that's as good as it'll get for that. So now we're going to have our wave of ads. 2 different rotations on this one. You can either have wizards or ogres. The wizards, in my case, would have been better because I have Sunshot, they have solar shields. That's what I was hoping for, really. Fortunately, I ended up getting the ogres. The ogres hit hard when there's 2 of them up. Right now I'm just playing pretty safe. There's a knight to take out, which is like little windows to do damage to him. Like right now is a window. Once he starts rushing you, just run and do the same thing. And that's your next window just to kill him. Luckily he drops me heavy as well. You'll get a good 2 or 3 bricks no matter what, because the ogres are mages. So now what I'm concerned with is kind of everything, but I was wanting to kill more acolytes. I knew there was a load at the back, and they can be annoying. As you can see there, throwing their solar nades a lot. Again, if you're weak, just run around in a circle like that. You're safe to get your health back, and the ogres can't get you either. This is really the only time of the Nightfall where I play quite reserved. Just because it was a good run and I didn't want to screw it. This was only my second go. I done 1 test run to see what the damage would be like on the boss, to say, right, is it worth to do it on Gunslinger? I seen the damage, was like, okay, worth to do it. So this was only my second run. Okay, so we got another spawn of acolytes. I think it's 3 each side. So you need to take them out. Once the first ogre is killed, the second will hide. I'm not taking out that second ogre on purpose because the boss will spawn in regardless of whether acolytes are still alive or not, which you don't want really. When you start to do DBS, last thing you want is their OP nades hitting you. Oh yeah, that I'm near my super as well, so. Once I'm quite happy, I'm just checking the area out. Seems to be just the ogre alive, so I'm good to take him out. As soon as that happens, the music will change like that. That indicates he's coming back. Now, I just went for the body shot because he was really weak. Wasn't going to wait for his crit. No need because he's really weak. And then 2 rockets will finish it. If not, if you had no rockets, you could have used the Valkyrie there, which would also have finished him pretty easy.
We couldn't have done it without you, Anna. Thanks for the assist.
So yeah, like I said, the Nightstalker is real efficient, but the Gunslinger makes. I mean, it's not the hardest Nightfall. Now I'm used to it. I'm used to it, you know. So you can kind of do it on all subclasses, but I was just doing the Gunslinger just to see, you know, what would it do to the boss. And it's pretty good. I'll give it its dues. Yeah, that was the Gunslinger run. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.